Today I'd like to talk about what it is that makes people feel stuck when it comes to creating relationships. A lot of people have the belief that the reason why they're not in a relationship is because they simply haven't found the right person yet, or because they're not ready, or because it's not the right time. But the truth is that there's lots of reasons that actually make people more ready and more able to get into a relationship. So first I'd like to talk about where are some of the areas where people find that they're stuck. Some people get stuck when it comes to actually meeting somebody new. They don't know how to navigate the online dating process. They don't know how to meet someone when they're standing at a party, at a kiddush. That's one aspect, just actually finding somebody. Other people find that they meet lots and lots of people, but they struggle to actually feel attracted. Other people find that they feel attracted to tons of people, but they can't narrow down to one particular person. Other people feel stuck in other areas. Once they get past the meeting the person process, they get stuck. Once they're dating someone, they're able to establish a relationship as far as dating goes, but then they can't somehow move from dating to actually creating a relationship. And there's lots of reasons for that, and I'll talk about that in a moment. Other people are able to get into a relationship, and then just as they're about to move into the relationship to engagement phase, something happens and they just lose it, and they just can't go ahead and can't go through with it. Now, sometimes the truth is they might feel that they discovered certain things about the other person that make them not right for them, but other times it has something more to do with them, and that's what we really need to uncover here, is really figure out whether it's something to do with you, or as an individual, or whether it has to do with the other person. So these are the sorts of things that I try and help people with, is trying to figure out, identify where people are getting stuck along the dating to relationship and dating to marriage phase. Now, some of the theories that apply to what it is that make people stuck, or that keep people from being able to move from dating from just themselves to meeting somebody else, are about attachment theory. Right? Attachment theory has a lot to do with people being able to connect and establish a new relationship. And there's 3 different types of attachment. One is a healthy attachment, which some people have if they've had a good relationship with their parents and they felt that it was secure and they could really depend upon them. Those people are more ready and able to create a relationship. They don't have such a hard time identifying people early on in a relationship. They usually can create relationships successfully with a partner as time goes on. Then there's 2 other types of attachments which are a little bit more tricky. One is called an ambivalent attachment, and the other one is called an insecure attachment, or a sort of a detached attachment. I'm sure there's avoidant attachment, that's the word I was looking for. And so those 2 attachments, we're talking about attachments, we're talking about attachments between a person and their primary caregiver as a child. Those 2 types of attachments can make it really tricky and difficult to get into a relationship. For people who have had an ambivalent attachment, meaning that sometimes their parent was there, sometimes their parent wasn't there, oftentimes they probably would drop them off and not come back for a really long time, or not really, the person wasn't really aware about whether their primary caregiver, their parent, would really be there for them on a regular, consistent basis. That's what a person really struggles to believe, that they could actually attract a person who's going to really be there for them. And often what they'll do is they'll sabotage, right? They'll say, oh, nobody's going to really love me. And even when they do find someone who they do seem to really get along with and they have a great relationship with, what happens is they'll do something, they'll find a reason not to want to be with that person, and they'll sort of get out of the relationship. Now, the other attachment that I talked about, which is the avoidant attachment, those people will almost inevitably never, they'll find every single reason under the sun not to find someone to be with. No one will be attractive enough. No one will ever be kind enough. Nobody will ever be smart enough. Nobody will ever be perfect enough, right? Because avoidant people, what happened with their parent, their primary caregiver, is that their parent was almost never there for them. They might have been left with a nanny, so they might not have ever seen their parents for a very long, extended period of time. I'm kind of amazed that Prince Charles was able to establish any kind of relationship, because I know his mother left him for about the first 2 years of his life when he was from age 2 to 4. It's quite a miracle. I guess he had a really great nanny that somehow made up for it. But a lot of people who have parents who sort of don't really connect with them, don't get a lot of a real feeling of security, will really struggle to get into a relationship. So if you find that any of these sorts of areas or things that you might struggle with, it might be because of attachment, it might be because of some of the other relationship theories, which I'm not talking about right now because this is a quick video. But if you would like to find out more about how you can go ahead and create a great, successful, long-lasting relationship, feel free to contact me. My contact details are right here below, and I look forward to meeting you.